Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Christopher Lyn Holverson, missing since May 1998 in Madison County, Idaho. 18 years old, 6'2", 155 pounds, a blue jacket with a white stripe on the side, brown hair, brown eyes. He wears eyeglasses. His nickname is Chris. He was last seen at Table Rock Campground in the Targhee National Forest in Madison County, Idaho, April 17, 1998. He was camping with 8 friends, including one adult and 7 other teenagers. He left his pickup at a friend's house instead of driving out there. He left the tent sometime between 9:30 and midnight and never returned. There was bad weather in that area at the time. There was still snow on the ground and it was sleeting. He never came to collect his vehicle, and he was never heard from again. Yeah, they said that his parents were going through a divorce, but yeah, I don't. And his friends stated he wasn't involved with drugs or the alcohol, but his father found drug paraphernalia in his room. And one of the other websites said that he was out with friends, and one of them had their stepfather with them, and they were all partying at the time. And something happened, and they didn't say if they got into it or I don't know. So I don't know what happened. I don't understand why somebody's stepfather would take everybody partying, but this says they weren't partying, but the other website said they were partying. So it was like a stepdad took a bunch of teenagers out partying. So I don't know. It's not looking good. Um, Very handsome young man, very good looking young man. It's so sad. So this one just says the same thing. The parents were going through a divorce, but that doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be more to that. And there's an unidentified male. It was the only person, I don't know. I didn't go through all of them though. But this one shows that this one's pretty far away. Hold on. He was in Madison County, Idaho. I'm going to assume by now that he died. And because otherwise he would have went home. So I don't know if he died or if somebody killed him but this one is in Harney County, Idaho, and it's about the right height. It's a long drive, but yeah, so I don't know. But, you know, I don't know if it's him or not. I don't know what kind of shoes he was wearing. But this one says months prior, so yeah, no, that's not him. So I don't know. Somebody found scattered skeleton remains of a white male west of the Maha River on BLM land. The remains were associated with blue and white Riddle brand tennis shoes. No size was discernible. The remains were completely skeletonized, so I don't think it was months prior. It's probably, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it could have been him. I don't know. So, I don't know. But you don't feel like he's alive after all this time. You feel like something happened to him while he was out there with him. And I don't know if he got into it with the stepdad or I don't know what happened. But something happened, and I don't think he lived to go home. And they're not telling what happened, so which is sad because his parents don't have any closure and they don't know what happened. See what else we can find. I don't know. You know, there's a lot more to that story that's just not being told, and none of them are coming forward and telling it. And you think that somebody would come forward and say, hey, this is what happened, instead of not telling what happened for his parents. I see 2 of them on Reddit. I just don't understand why nobody's coming forward and saying what happened to the young man. Okay. This one says he was almost 19 years old. He graduated from high school and he was working at a local Mexican restaurant at the time. So he had a job and he was a high school graduate. He was intelligent and kind. One friend mentioned in a blog that he did not care about her skin condition. And he was nice to her when a lot of other people were not. 7 teenagers and 1 adult went camping at Table Rock Campground in the Targhee Net. He left his Chevy pickup at the house of one of his friends, which is too bad. During this camping trip, the group that Chris was with partied that night. See, there are rumors about what that entailed, though a camper admitted to marijuana use. As a side note, Terry found drug paraphernalia in his bedroom shortly after his disappearance, but they don't say what kind it was. It might have been for pot or something. They said that the campers claimed that he tripped over the rope and they teased him about it and then he walked off, but I don't know if he didn't have his glasses or if he'd been drinking. There are some claims that he got into a fight with 1 or more people he was with. So he might have been killed. So yeah. So he might have gotten in a fight if it was more than 1 people. You know, if it was a fist fight, then he might have got killed. But I don't know. There was 1 credible sighting by a driver at a campground. Reported they saw him wearing that clothing when he disappeared. I don't know. They're not sure if this sightings credible or not. You know something happened. He's out with his friends. You know they know what happened to him. I don't understand why they're not coming forward. Oh, this one says something about that he went missing in May 1998, 3.5 years prior to the discovery of Lyle. What is Lyle? And there's an interview with the dad. It's so sad. Oh. So maybe Lyle is a John Doe. Yeah, see, some people think he was murdered. I don't understand why a stepdad would take people partying and then not even be responsible enough to look out for them. Something's strange and not good about that, you know. And he's a good-looking young man, so maybe there was jealousy involved. I don't know. You know, you don't know what happened to him. He's nice, he's sweet, he's kind, he's attractive. It just doesn't make any sense. There's another story, 2 years found in San Diego. Oh, I don't know. Anyone else that think it's weird that Christopher looks just like him and his age? Oh, and I can't, there's nothing there. It's not coming up on my computer for some reason. And now I'm frozen in space. Huh. I should have really good internet. Spectrum Wi-Fi. Costs enough, it should be good internet. But I don't know. And I've got lots of memory. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, that page is not there anymore. So I can't find the interview with his dad. And this one doesn't seem to be pulling up either. So maybe they found out who that was, or my internet's just crap. And I'll go back to it. But that one... Oh, there's another Christopher Holverson. Somebody thinks looks like him too. On a LinkedIn page. That's crazy. That's just a coincidence, I'm sure, though. I've noticed that with people go missing and somebody else has the same name as them that also went missing. Like there's two people with the same name that went missing, or I'll see somebody else's. I'll go to Google that person's name and I'll find somebody else with a name similar to him that looks a lot like him, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I don't know that. I've seen this guy mentioned before, Lyle, not sure. I don't know. It's really sad, though. You know something bad happened to him. I just don't see why nobody's coming forward and saying what happened. I don't understand. That many people out partying together, and nobody's coming forward. That's really sad. You think one of them would come forward and say what happened to him? He's been missing for a long time. They said that one of the people was going to come forward, and then they died before they did. So you think they would just come forward and say, hey, this is what happened, right? But nobody ever came forward and said, hey, this is what happened. That's so sad. This one, but to be such a, I'm sure he loved his parents and his parents loved him, so I don't think he ran away. That would be silly. He went camping with a group of friends one night. He just left the campsite and never came back. It was sleeting and snowing. It says it looks like he got lost and died of exposure, but they don't think so. There talks about their friend we met through his little brother. Chris and I were more about the same age and hit it off. We hung out, chatted on the phone. Later we found out we were distant cousins. Well, as time passed, we drifted apart. We would chat occasionally, but not much else. But one day, I was watching the news and found out he was missing. While camping with friends, he'd left the tent and never returned. After learning this, I became interested in missing person cases. The sad part, he was, did he, and if something happened and he died, wouldn't they say that he left the tent and never came back? I don't know. Our hometown did a newspaper feature. I could hardly find anything about the case. There was a time I couldn't even find a picture. Many people think that he got lost while camping, which I find strange. The place he was camping is very popular and not very isolated. When camping, usually you only leave the tent in the middle of the night to urinate. You wouldn't go far for that, so he wasn't far. How did he get lost? The area where he was camping is not known for bears or other wildlife dangers. Not saying it didn't happen, but it's not likely. My guess is he was harmed by someone. I don't know the people he was camping with, so I'm not blaming them, but there were other people up there too, or maybe a slim possibility he decided to make a new life. Yeah, I doubt it. And that's the person who talked about how nice he was to them. So, yeah, it's really sad. So, yeah, it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like he just left the tent and never came back. It sounds like something happened to him. And so they just, either he's a John Doe, one of the John Does, and they don't know that he's one of the John Does because they haven't compared him yet, or they just haven't found his remains yet. But yeah, anyway, if you have any information, don't hold it back. Get a hold of the sheriff's office and let them know what happened. It's been years. His family's been going through hell. He had his whole life ahead of him. He was only 18 years old. Had a job. He just graduated from high school. I'm sure he would have gotten married and had children and grandchildren and had a family, and all that was just robbed of him. So if you have information, you should come forward and you should let people know, because I'm sure that people have told other people what happened, that know what happened, and there are people out there that know what happened. So they should come forward and let the authorities know what happened to him, instead of this just being this way, so they can find his remains and his family can have closure. This is just how cruel, you know, how cruel to not come forward and let people know what happened. That's really sad to me. Anyway, don't forget to stop to pray for his loved ones and his family. And thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.